Okay, we've had these chickens for a year now, and I thought I would do a video on the best and the worst of why we love them, or why, hey, pick me, and the things we don't love about them. So, reasons why I love them. First one, they lay eggs. Obvious thing, we've actually just got Isla, our black one, started laying again today, as she's been like through a roosting period where she hasn't laid in a while, and so laying eggs has been one of the things that we love and why we originally bought the chickens, because sometimes the eggs were going missing on the shelves, they weren't there. We thought, you know what, let's get chickens, we want to eventually get some property, let's start learning about chickens, and it's been great. Hey Isla, it's been fantastic. It's been really good. Second, we bought chickens because they're easy to care for, and we could leave them for a week because we've got like feeders and water things that they are fine for a week without us touching. And we've even got a door now that shuts and opens at certain times, so they're all protected and fine. And so if we wanted to go away camping or anything, we don't have to, obviously we don't have to worry about them, which is perfect. A third thing is our daughter Mia loves the chickens. Like, she's just loves them as pets, and we didn't think this would happen. We're like, yeah, they're just a backyard animal that we were not really gonna interact with a whole lot, but our daughter loves coming out here and picking them up, holding them and patting them. And so particularly like if she gets really upset because she's only 3 years old, they really calm her down and change her mood, which has been fantastic. So really, really good pet for her to have. Hey Amelia, about your chickens?
I want her.
You want? Yeah, you've got Isla. Mia, do the chickens poop much? Do they do lots of poos?
Yeah.
Yeah. The chickens poo so much, but the poo is actually really. The poo is actually really good for soil and that, and so good for the compost, great for growing veggies and eventually and that, and we put it through our compost, and that's really good. They also, number 5, keep the lawn down. I haven't mowed this area. We've been here like 4 months. I haven't had to mow this top. Oh, I did like once, but I haven't really had to mow it a whole lot because they just scratch, they loosen the soil, and keep it down. Now a lot of it's actually turning to dirt. Ideally we would actually move them to another area, so the plan is to shift out this fence over there and move it out, and then we'll separate this into 2 sections, and we'll let the grass just grow back fully, rather than just get destroyed by dirt. But I'm not too worried about this area because there's plans for things to happen here in the future. But we did move in here. This was like all big weeds and that, and took the chickens about a week, and they pushed it all together and cleaned up that area for us, which was perfect. Really good. I thought I'd have to get in there with like a whip snipper. Nah, chickens did it. So they do look after the land if you rotate them, so they're great. However, the reasons why the chickens aren't the best, well, not because of the chickens, but the chicken seed that we give them attracts other birds. So we didn't opt to give them pellets. We like give them those like grains and seeds, and the birds around here love it. And so we're not feeding 2 chickens, we're feeding 2 chickens and about 30 birds, and that's not ideal because I don't want to fund birds, but you know, it's just the way it is. The second, because of the birds, also there's a mite outbreak in the area, and so all it takes is like a bird to have mites or something, and it poops, and then the mites are in your area. And so our chickens had mites for a bit, and we had to get powder and just put it on them to kill the mites off basically and dry them out. Not a big concern. I mean, the pets, they need looking after. It was just something that we had to do. They still laid during that period. We just couldn't pick them up or anything because otherwise we'd get mites on ourselves. So We just went through a deep clean and put the powder on, and it was all good after that. The third one is they attract like rats and mice and rodents, and so we had to put a container over the seed, and just some rat traps around in that, because they do attract rodents, which isn't great. The next is they squawk. So they cluck, they squawk, and it's not a big deal. It's not like, I mean, we don't have roosters, which would be a lot worse, but they're not as noisy as like a dog's bark, but it's still a bit of noise. And so we got an electric door to keep them inside for longer in the morning. So when the sun rose, particularly over summer in Australia, where it rises a lot earlier, the chickens would come out and start squawking at like 6 a.m, which was annoying. And so we bought the electric door, set it to the time, so that kept until at least 7, so they didn't squawk until then, because sometimes you can really hear them inside the house, which means the neighbours are hearing them as well. Yes, Amelia? Penny is sitting on your lap. Beautiful. Very cool. The last one is, again, it just relates to their poop. They poop a lot, like a lot. And so if they're going over any pavers and stuff and poop on that, it's just pain to clean. It can go in the green bin. It's not bad if compost is full or anything, but it can be a little messy. I mean, we have gumboots specifically for outside. We wouldn't wear our normal sneakers outside because we might stand on their poop. Just things like that. But otherwise, all in all, definitely would buy chickens again. We love our chickens, don't we, Amelia? Yeah, we love our chickens. So very much happy with them. We've got a black Australorp and a brown Isa Brown. Brown Isa Brown. It's an Isa Brown. Isa Brown, very friendly with children, as you can see, and lays egg consistently, a good egg every day. The Australorps mostly laid eggs. It's a smaller white egg in our case, but she lays eggs most days. Not as much, still pretty good. She's a lot faster to catch, so our daughter often catches the Isa Brown rather than the Australorp, because the Australorp's harder to catch. But then other than that, they're fantastic pets, we love them. And that's where I'll leave the video. So I thought I'd do this one outside, test the GoPro and outside. Another video to come soon about future plans and where I want this channel going. Thank you so much for anyone who has subscribed. What do you have to say for yourself, chickens?